Greetings, Dapplings, and welcome back to Humankind and to a perfectly unobscured site of a third of the map. Our satellite has been launched, and as a result, centered on the capital city of Manu, we now have sight all along this latitude. As we expand out our infrastructure to see more and more, we will get more satellites up, and eventually we can get to the point where we have a complete 100% view of the whole map. Right now, in terms of culture, we haven't yet claimed this area, and that might not happen for a little while. It's possible that this is basically being blocked because it is, for all intents and purposes, it's not a city yet, and they might not have cultural spread as a direct result. I'm fairly certain that in 9 turns, we will gain the cultural victory, well, not the victory as such, but the cultural achievement of having every capital city of an existing player under our cultural influence, which will actually be pretty cool. Right, but with that said and done, let's see what we're up to. Manu can pop up a polar satellite. Looping past the poles at dizzying speeds, half of the world will be under its watch. Plus 30 influence, 30 money, and 30 science, and we should be able to place this one over the top of the last if we want to. And it would give us extra resources, but honestly, since Manu is able to build these so quickly, I don't think we will. I think we'll pop that one down there so that we should hopefully get extra money, extra resources. Whereas if I built over the last one, whilst I'd be able to build it faster, I wouldn't get as much out of it anymore, which would be a bit sad, really. Let's see. Do we have anywhere that I need to place this? Oh, yes, so we do. Let's go over here since I'm building up the economic districts around this area. I think that will be fine. Right, who else needs a job? Darth Raptor needs a job. We have got aluminium within your borders, so let's go ahead and excavate that. There we go. Were there any others that I needed to grab? I don't think so. No, they were not. Alright, with that, let's pass the next turn. Manu's population has grown, fantastic. And we've got a new alliance. The new alliance between the Edo-Japanese and the Persians just started. Oh, okay. Completed planetary observation satellite launch. You've earned 200 frame. And your second project, for your second project for this time. Eels, oh, damn it. Oh, that lack of oil. That lack of oil is actually causing us significant problems now.
We can speak, eye to eye. Heart to heart.
What I need from you is oil. And what I'm not getting from you is oil. I could free you just to go to war with you. No. As much as it vexes me horribly that I'm not going to have perfect sight over much of the world, I'm not going to be that bloodthirsty that I'm just going to go to war with an ally over it. It does frustrate me, though. Some maps are just not going to have enough oil resources, I guess. Do any of you have any oil? Really doesn't look it. No. Well, much suckicity. Extremely much. Really, was there only 2 patches of oil on this entire map? You know what? I think there were. That is kind of shocking, frankly. Wow. Okay. Well, for the time being then, let's focus on other things. 5 money per adjacent market quarter. Well, I know just the place to pop this. We can pop you down there. We'll make a little bit more money from this area, and I can continue to expand these market quarters out to bring in a little bit more. There we go. I'll keep Manu busy for a little while. The same down here would be grand. And we'll do that then. Darth Raptor. Same again. Got a pretty choice location up here for that. There we go. Now, how close are we to war?
Have a glass.
Pretty much right there. Okay. Now then, time for us to start marching our armies northward. This will in turn give us a grievance on Birdman. Simply because I'm going to be able to tell them that I'm unhappy with them being allied with my enemy in the brief period of time that we're going to be at war. Which will then give us an option to push through. Look, I know I could go to war and I could get that oil. And this Let's Play could be a little bit more thorough as a result. But there has to be a line drawn.
The first airport promises international travel.
Right.
Intercourse between nations. Might I rephrase that?
I think you should. I was going to comment, but I'm glad that you caught it yourself. Right. Local pollution level is low in Sarin. What? Oh, okay, so these must be the names of the individual districts. It's a shame that I don't see those anymore. Neural implant researched, linking the networked world ever more intimately with human brain. These devices increase the capacity of humankind to think, dream, and achieve. Marvelous. All right, time for us to clean up a couple of items around here. Quite a lot of them can be achieved extremely quickly. Let's go for all of the ones and then move on to insurrection theory, computing, and social housing. We'll allow that to be our focus for now. Honestly, I would like more science if we could get it, though. We'll see how that goes. We've got robotics labs pretty much everywhere we could possibly put them right now. We've got an airport already. I don't need to place down more. I guess I could, realistically speaking, just squeeze them in a couple of places, but not really sure that these honestly give me that much of an effect. Permitting the rapid deployment of military resources, the airports can be built far outside urban areas, but can also serve nearby commercial interests. No, well, since I was saying that I would like to focus on science a little bit, that being said, this place really should be focusing on economy more. So maybe popping down some more airports is the right move. For the time being, though, let's just pop down some actual economic districts instead. Food-wise, we're doing okay, but not as great as I would like. So let's also plan for some extra food as well. Let's make sure that our people are fed before we worry about making money. There we go. Are we going to pop these, intersperse them a little bit, just to make sure that that is the case. There we go. That should do okay. Darth Raptor, at this stage, we can definitely pop down an extra... Sure, even more yachting should be happening over here. Plonk that right there. Are those... Did they not happen in the end? That's curious. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I've been a little bit surprised by how quickly things have been being built. Is it perhaps that some occasionally things just get overwritten? I'm not really sure on that one, but regardless, I'm going to place this there because then I can build some extra economic districts around it. Well, I have been surprised when I've stacked up like 7 or 8 things and then all of a sudden they're done. I'm like, was I really producing that much industry that they finished that quickly? I'm not entirely certain about it. Continuous track research. Plowed fields, mountainsides, trench lands. Few places are out of bounds for a tracked vehicle. There we are. Science stars unlocked. Amphibious warfare researched as well on the same turn. Now, suddenly, I do want to bring these units back. So let's take care of that. Right. Let's go. Upgrade to rifles. Rather expensive, I know, but it'll be fantastic. Now, of course, we don't have tanks, which is less fantastic. That being said, I guess Pokedragon could make one or two. Let's see. We could go for... no, we can't. We can't have medium tanks. Ultra sad. Yeah. Lack of oil. Damn you. I'd need 2 nuclear resources as well. I think the lack of war with our vassals is going to cost us. Unless perhaps you have some... no, sad. Oh, well. It's just the way it's going to go sometimes. Again, just taking this one territory would give us everything we need. But I'm going to refuse. Let's see. Let's get fusion power. Let's grab a tech park and anti-air surveillance and bunker as well. Might as well at this stage. You can hang tight for a moment, as can you. I'm not going to be able to upgrade too many of them too quickly, but I will be able to get you fully upgraded and then move you out. Perhaps as population is increased. Free trade agreement researched. Controlling tariffs and other restrictions on traded goods keeps the wheels of capitalism spinning across the globe. Let's get you upgraded and then start moving you out. Honestly, we can just go across the land here. That wouldn't be a problem for us. Furthermore... okay, it's going to cost me a little bit too much to get that one on the go, but that's fine. Right. Getting some extra airports down would be very nice. Money-wise, we're doing alright, but we can always do better. So let's get a couple of those going as well. At this stage, I really don't feel that we need to worry about our industry. We are producing stupid amounts of industry right now. That being said, I don't want to waste rivers. Rivers are particularly useful for me. That should be enough for you for now. Power lines research. Crisscrossing the land, humming with latent energy. These lines can ferry power to and from even the most inaccessible places. Aluminium smelting, so +1 food per aluminium on farm quarters. Basically upgraded everything a little bit there, which is amazing. Hydroelectric dam. -10% pollution on makers' quarters. That is actually pretty amazing. That's really nice. We're going to want that pretty much everywhere we can. And speaking of everywhere we can, let's get those going over here. There we go. Mana can be greatly enhanced with that. And we will start to upgrade our forces over here as well. Not as many that need to be upgraded here. The Edo-Japanese have reached the industrial era with the Austro-Hungarians. Well done. Insurrection theory. Manu has gained a population. We've now got attack helicopters, which again require 2 oil. So much of the later tech is being gated to us just because of bad setup with the map, really. And our horses are upgraded into helicopters. I know. I wouldn't have thought so either, but here we are. Get hydroelectric dam going. Suck in a little bit of extra everything. Okay. Less than 15 turns to go. Agrarian style unlocked. Computing research. Who knows where the invention is going to lead? It's amazing what you can do with silicon and algorithm and some ones and zeros. Indeed. Volunteer computing. +1 science on regular district. Wow. Leveraging the computer resources of the community greatly aids scientific studies. That is pretty amazing. Supercomputer lab. Utilizing the power of computer simulation can expand science at the speed of light. And does that add pollution? Yes, a bit of pollution. And missile cruisers. Once again, too oil. Oh, the pain. But let's go ahead and get all of that set up down here. There we are. And following that, sure, let's just fill out everything else that we can while we're here. Now is the time to flesh things out. You actually need a lot of things down here, though. Let's get the dam going and get a little bit more money coming in. Now, it's going to be a while before we can really get that moving, but Pepstead is already at 3,060 industry. It is actually kind of crazy considering how little that area has been developed compared to our other areas. How much is mana producing? 10k industry. Darth Raptor, 6k, but 6k science as well. How much science is mana producing? 7k science. Yeah, I mean, all of the buildings, all of the cultural wonders really are definitely providing mana a huge boost there. Right, time for you to start moving out. Let's move in. Oops. That is not quite what I meant to happen. Let's get you to merge. Also, we're very close to a couple more era stars. Local pollution level has increased. Okay, it's still low. Still not terrible. Social housing research. Towering. State-managed high rises with lower rents allow urban population densities to increase, boosting productivity but straining public services. Indeed. High-density habitation. Loads of extra population slots. Sewage treatment. Plus 25 stability, minus 20% pollution on farmers' quarters. That's very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Another science star earned. Let's have a look. We've got 13 out of the 21 stars. We have gold completed science, unsurprisingly. Agrarian, also unsurprisingly, considering how many cities we've got and how quickly their populations are growing. And builder stars. Getting the military star, we're very close. We might even, well, no, with only one city, I don't think Cringe, unless they've actually built an army, will be able to give us that military star. Definitely we won't get it from expansion stars. That's just not going to happen for us, sadly. We would need to take over most of the world for that one to be the case. But we'll get our first merchant star in the not too distant future. Aesthete star, probably not going to see that in the remaining turns of this game. Sadly. Right, time for us to grab some more tech. Okay, I'm thinking we could go for the military laser. Space weapon and military laser. Increased anti-air defense or the exosuit. Superhero cameo. And exosuit. Increased combat strength and movement points on units, except mounted units and vehicles. Let's go for that one. That's going to require the composite armor and then straight over to exosuit. We could also get space orbital. Take your political platform to another level. What leader doesn't want to survey the Earth from space and set their horizons on the stars? Indeed, let's grab that one if we can. There we go. That'll give us a good few things to research. The wild frontier. The emergence of the internet has led to an explosion of content of every hue and color. Most sites are apolitical, but some are highly political, and sometimes critical of your government. With the web not respecting traditional borders, most content is impossible to police. What is your stance on the public's access to and creation of such consent? Our culture is one of press freedom. Even if we will be attacked, we are stronger when we are exposed to all ideas. Defiant on 5 cities, or restrict. Curation will require expensive oversight. That is minus 1,000 gold, which is nothing to us, but that would probably be a lot if you hadn't focused on gold. So that would come at a Very high price. Right, there we go. And how about you? Let's get you further upgraded. We're bringing in plenty of money a turn. These 4 will take a little bit longer to get, but it should be fine. This might give us enough time to get to the point that we have exosuits. Composite armor researched. This will give us the main battle tank. Oh, if only. We need uranium and loads of oil. The armored personnel carrier. Sad, but no. New grievance available.
Yes, greetings. I
Well,
hope you don't mind if I stare.
I don't. You are oppressing my people. Honestly, we could go to war with you immediately. I could go to war with pretty much anyone immediately. And I think I probably need to start considering that. We don't have enough turns left to really worry about everything else, so... let's go ahead and... Honestly, let's just queue that up, followed by this, and this. There we are. Right. Time for us to start marching out. Let's get our armies over there. Quick smart. They're in position. So let's begin
It
the
was
war.
not love or hate at first sight. Let's see how second sight goes.
It won't go well.
Empty words. Meaningless gestures. I have had enough.
I would not put myself in this position if I feared the consequences.
I mean, I appreciate that you're not afraid. That's quite bold, but also quite foolish. Fear is an evolved response that tends to keep us alive. Your lack of fear, given the current situation, does not bode well for you. All right, let's move our fleet in nice and close. You're not going to be required to be too close. Let's start moving in proper. They've only got one city, so we can just move straight for it. They do have an army, though. I'm actually pleased. Right, we're going to have lost a bunch of things going on right there. New grievance available. Yeah. Allied with our enemy. I could push it, but I don't think I need to. I can already go to war with you. You can hang tight for now. Exosuit researched. Magnetics, hydraulics, and miniaturization can turn an average recruit into a stronger, more effective battlefield presence. There we go. Plus 8 combat strength and 4 movement speed is quite impressive. Low pollution. Low pollution. I'm glad they're still in the lows. Ooh, Darth. Okay, there's a lot of people just lost. Shen, you utter scoundrel.
You come to me with a proposition. Let us see what is possible.
I demand
Agree to my reasonable
payment.
demand, or I become unreasonable.
You scoundrel, you. Realistically, they are absolutely banking on the fact that it's too much bother for me to go to war with them, and they're completely right. It really is way more effort than it would be worth. Right, let's get in here, and if you could get over there, wow, they can move so far. Those exosuits are amazing. But we could go to war here and claim this territory. And I very much doubt even... What have they got there? They've got a crossbowman. I very much doubt that their crossbowman is going to realistically be able to pose a threat. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's highly unlikely. You can hang tight there. We are going to wage war. Let's go. No? Can you wage war? Please and thank you. No? There we go. Right. We're just going to go for an instant resolve. I can't imagine that we're going to lose. We did! We lost a gunner. Never trust the AI. But there we go. The war is over. Fought and won in a single turn. Well, in a single battle, I should say, not a single turn. Before this army even got there. Right, you can hang tight, as can you. Fighter jets researched. Pilots flying these incredibly expensive engineering marvels require a cool head, razor-sharp vision, and lightning reflexes.
Well done. A rigorous application of the scientific method. Come up with a theory, then try to poke holes in it.
Hooray! You've achieved the following deed. Complete a symposium. The Austro-Hungarians are about to lose their war support. Okay, so I would very much like you to become my vassal. That is all.
Why are you so unhappy accepting
I know, right?
the inevitable?
Look, you've joined
My people have spilled
many
enough
people.
blood
You're rubbing shoulders with the
surrender.
greats of the greats of antiquity. Many of them were quite strong back at the dawn of time. Not anymore, of course, but they were once very powerful people, and you are amongst them right now. Rejoice. Okay, now taking out Birdman is going to be tougher. A lot tougher, actually. Attacking you should not be too difficult. But we've got 9 turns to win the war and force you to acquiesce. I don't think we can vassalize you. Realistically speaking, I don't think it's possible. So what we're going to have to do is actually move through and raise as we go. Reduce them to a single city and then capture it. And if we can do that swiftly enough, then we will be able to win. But it will be a push. We can move down from there. That should be fine. At this point, we are having to very specifically plan around forcing them to surrender by having less land than anything else. Wow. I'm gonna... What? Sure, yeah, we're gonna... Look, some of our soldiers like to roleplay, okay? And at this point, we're so strong that why tell them no, realistically? If that'll make them happy. I could build SAM sites. Sure, I guess. We'll pop that down. And then also add in more of everything. There we go. Alright, let's have a quick gander. What is it looking like? 2 turns. I can totally wait for 2 turns to just absorb that before we push to war. Oh, actually, can I? No, I really can't. Not if I want to win this by controlling the world. Do I really though? Conquered empires. Enact anti-imperialism. Our heads can be held high, or for the sake of harmony, only one empire should be the ultimate victor. Plus 10 war support. I don't think we need either of those. Nuclear weapons. I'm not sure we have enough to be able to do this, but okay, we're going to enact proliferation.
The plan is that everyone points a gun at each other and nobody pulls the trigger?
No. The plan is I point a really big gun at everyone else and no one else has a gun. That is the plan. I think it is a pretty good plan. Now, this is why we want little islands. Sadly, we don't have this one available. But we do have this one available. I know it's right on our backyard, which is a shame, really, when you think about it. But at least we have somewhere. If we pop this there, it is going to take us 1 turn to finish it. I would like to showcase this. I don't think we would actually have the means to do all of the nuclear tests because they get increasingly larger and we just don't have enough room to be able to build that sort of thing. But, you know, we'll see what we can do. Okay. I do believe 'tis time for us to war.
Your empire is an enigma.
You're about to become very, very well acquainted with it.
Empty words. Meaningless gestures. I have had enough.
There we go.
You think I fear you? Really? You bore me.
That is quite possibly the harshest thing any of the leaders have said. That stung. My lord. What did I do to you to deserve such bitter words? My goodness. Oi, come back. Scallywag. Can we just go ahead and take you out? Yes, almost certainly. Could you move to coordinates now? Okay, you have to do that on the next turn. Very well. You should be able to deal with them. And they will immediately nope out of that scenario. We will give chase. You can move up on the next turn. And you can move down and in. Okay, who are we fighting against? 2 units and yeah, their whole defense of this city. My lord, that is one massive city, though. This is going to be a manual battle because I don't trust the AI. Alright. In terms of my positioning, the best units up on top. Second best down here. It's not really going to be useful to me immediately. Problem is I'm not going to be able to get across from there. This is the best setup I can do. Okay. Right, somehow they were the ones who attacked me. Very well. On the plus side, if they keep emptying out spaces, then I'll just be able to move in. So I'm okay with that. I do dislike it, though, that when I attack, sometimes I'm the defender. But as I was saying, on the plus side, it does mean that when they're attacking me, they're clearing out a space for my units to just cross the walls. And then take their turn inside. Though at this rate, I'm not sure I'm going to want to do that with this unit. My lord. You took quite the beating there. This is just a cavalry unit, by the way. They've managed to get a layer of veterancy. Are you going to survive? Oh my lord, you did. You legend. Get back there. You're going to stay there for now. I would like you to move forward into attack. Just wipe them out, please. Well, let's start firing down in here. Now, obviously, my... trying to move around in there is going to be a pain in the bum. But obviously my riflemen are significantly more dangerous. They are far, far higher level of veterancy. But let's bring in some ships. Attack from here easily enough. And so we should. Not a lot of damage, to be fair, but let's bring you in. Can't quite attack from further back, sadly, so we're just going to have to move you over there. Still, if these were battleships, they would be able to do enormous amounts of damage. This is the best that we can do for now. Alright, end the turn. I'm not going to bring the rest in. There's really very little reason to. They may well kill themselves in this fight. Oh, actually not, because they are using guns, so Go. And that's that. Military star unlocked. Thank you very much. Now, there's every possibility that had I allowed that to be auto-completed, that we would have lost that one. But there we are. Gold star on militarist with 14 out of 21 of the stars necessary, and this army can move forward. Though I would actually like it to heal up first, if I can. Though that being said... No, we're going to move in and we're going to raise this area. Again, it's the only way that I'm going to be able to make this war something that we can win by vassalizing them, is if I wipe the cities out as I go. I can always drop an outpost. Well, actually, I might not be able to. No, I won't be able to because I'm too far away. I would have needed to have captured Cringe's area in order to do that. Definitely something I'll bear in mind for next time. A little bit more forethought in our military planning. Space orbital researched. There we are. Take your political platform to another level. The end. The Japanese become death, a destroyer of worlds, by having completed the world's first nuclear test. Nuclear tests unlock improved devastating new units, which can be built in cities with a missile silo. All good things must end. The Japanese are now the liege of all other empires except one. The Japanese have almost researched all existing technologies. One of the merchant stars has been out. Okay. Pollution levels are still low where they are at all. Okay, a little bit of science from that district, I accept. You, however, need to burn it to the ground. Let's get in there. It'll take 3 turns to finish this rather dire deed, but there we are. Let's get in there. We'll easily be able to finish this fight. Assault and instant resolution. Go. Now this one we actually want to claim. So we will be going a land. We'll be going. We'll be making landfall and raising that specifically so that I can claim this territory and then be neighbouring this one, so I can claim that one too. Let's chase them down and take them out. I don't think they can retreat a second time. Apparently they're gonna win. Let's not put that down to the AI. I don't trust you. So swipe you out. Let's have you move forward and wipe another one out. Actually, not wiping it out at all. Let's have you move in where possible and end this round. Now, hopefully they will do damage. They'll do very little damage to my units. That being said, you have done enough there. You've done a bit of a number on it. We could hit you, apparently. Interesting. Let's take you out. Take you out. Move my other ships forward. You can wipe this one out. Following that, we're going to move through. Getting in between them all. Find whichever one I can take out easier. I'll go for you. Just wipe that one out completely. You will then be able to take a shot over there. Won't finish the job, but that's fine. I could move in and claim that tower, but honestly, we're just going to wipe them all out. There we go. Wipe that one out, and then you can probably finish this job, but even if not, I can move in and take it out. But, you know, to be fair, I think the AI might have actually had some trouble with that fight without losing anyone. Let's move back into my territory. And also launch another attack. Let's just go straight for an assault and instant resolution and see how this goes. We should easily win it without losing anyone. No, again, never trust the bloody AI. I've learned my lesson. Why do I keep doing it? Clearly, I haven't learned my lesson, apparently. Oh well. Alright, we've got new text that we need to start researching. Now, if I go down there, I win the game due to, I believe, having all of these texts wins the game. So instead of that, we're going to go through these as quickly as we can. And see what happens there. We've only got 8 turns left before time wins the game for us, regardless. Covert ops researched. Different type of force projection for a new era. These secretive state-sanctioned military operations are kept hidden from the public eye. Eelstar and Manu both gained some extra pop. Got another osmosis event. Trying to make me feel bad about raising their area completely. This won't work. Let's get over there. It's going to take 4 turns to raise this one. Actually, you know what? We're probably not going to finish raising them all before time's up. Alright, let's get our ships down here. Now then, Pepster, can I build a nuclear silo here? It appears that I can. Not sure how far these missiles would be able to travel. Let's build them away from the rest of the population if we can. Actually, let's move it a little bit further away. Pop it over here. That will do. Right. Nothing's going over here with Manu. Going reasonably well. I think 'tis time for this army to be on the move. Another low pollution. Yeah. To make a fusion test, we would need another uranium deposit to harvest. We could go ahead and plonk down somewhere reasonably far away from our main population centers. A silo. Let's not worry that it's next to Shen's. The scallywag doesn't deserve me worrying about them.
Your allies and opponents. You tower above them. The mark you leave upon the world will be remembered for all posterity.
Hooray! I approve. Well, we don't have the oil to get command compound, sadly. We could start training commandos, though. Stealth units, they're not really useful to me right now, sadly. Alright, let's go for more food, money, and science then at Manu. There's nothing else we really need.
A nuclear missile silo. Perhaps knowledge of its existence would ensure it never gets used.
Perhaps. Mechanized harvesting research. Expanding the domain of automated processes into the sphere of farming is both brutal and efficient. Quarrying machinery. Suburbs researched. Families leave the cities to find room. This lucrative business for property developers creates challenges for urban planners as the countryside slowly disappears. Last chance for you to give us any osmosis events before next turn sees the end of you. 3 turns waiting down there. Let's continue chasing them. Oh wow, they've got... Really? They've got rebels active. It has been a long time since I've seen anything like that. Alright, 2 turns there. Okay, well our armies are currently tied up for a moment. Factory farming, higher stocking densities together with advancements in disease control, vitamin supplements and other methods permit higher yields. Or pisciculture. Intensive fish farms located in carefully calibrated marine waters where coastal varieties are reared and harvested. Or money. We're going to go with money for now. Do we need the extra food? No. So we're not going to use those methods. It wouldn't surprise me if Darth Raptor does reach the point where it will need it, but for now it does not. So we're not going to have to use it. Alright, we've got one more turn down here for the nuclear silo. Population gain of Darth Raptor. Ransack successful.
A first ransack.
Oh, shush you.
See the sights, appreciate the local culture, and take anything that's not nailed down.
Right, now that we've got that, we may be able to plant something here. Yes, we can, actually, despite being so far away. Never mind, then. That actually is awesome news. 2 turns there, 1 turn up here. I'm not going to claim this one, though. As much as I would like to, just for that. There's no point. We're not going to get time enough to develop it. But we will claim this just to connect these all up then to Pepster. We will have bridged the gap at that point. Right, Pepster. Right, here we are. Cruise missile. Using advanced guidance systems, these missiles carry heavy payloads in lower trajectories to avoid detection. Consumed to perform a single strike action on a distant target. Can move 14 tiles rather. We can just about build one. So let's get that up and running. Then we're going to rededicate ourselves to getting everything built up here. There we go. And science as well. Darth Raptor. Well, the drone farming I wouldn't have minded. Oh, oil. Damn you, oil! Once again! My lord. Right, well, if we want this ship to be in position to actually do anything, we need to get over to this side. Can you chase them down, I wonder? It's a big ask. I don't care enough. Okay. You can spend a turn there. Alright, you can make landfall and promptly start marching towards the city of Kerma. Wow, they've really developed this area, haven't they? My goodness. Okay, another raid successful. Renewable energy researched. Why dig into the earth, despoil nature, and generate pollution when sun, wind, and waves offer a near infinite supply of clean energy? Ah, thank heavens. It looks like we may actually be able to build these. You've achieved the following deed. Discover renewable energy. Huzzah! Also, let's move forward. Chop, chop. Human Revolution. A visionary healing from the techno-science hub of Eelstar is calling for a new era of enhanced humanity. With advances in robotics already fueling automation technology, he is a visionary. He is imploring the Empire's government to support the development of transhumanism through embracing cybernetics. What is your response? Incomplete. We need to be world leaders in the field. Chance of unexpected consequence. Legislate. The protection of all, enhanced or not, is priority. Chance of unexpected consequences. And prohibit. Permitting enhanced humans can only lead to division. No, incubate. 100%. Bring on the cyborg pops. It will bring us closer to the inevitable robot overlords. There will be less reason for them to expunge us. The Architect Gods call. Right, let's go for solar farms straight away. Minus pollution, which would be fantastic. And wind farm, again, minus pollution. Absolutely worthwhile. How are we doing for food? We're doing perfectly well for food. No reason to go for anything else, and may as well build these out just because I can. As for Manu, once again, we're going to want solar and wind. Manu is doing amazingly for food. Absolutely no need for anything else. And now that that is set up, let's start marching forward. Right. We've got a mere 4 turns left. Technically, I could assault the city with ships. I haven't considered that, actually. In that case, I'm going to wait for the other ships to get down here, ideally. How long will that take? 5 turns. A little bit too long. Well, I can see that they don't have any troops there, so sure. Let's assault. Now, it is only going to be 8 draftees. I'm going to go for the instant resolution. I know I shouldn't. Oh. Thank goodness. There we go. Now we've got 2 cities that we could try and crush. How long would it take? It would take an inordinately large amount of time to crush this one. I fancy. Nevertheless, let's make a move. Let's get you across here as fast as you can. And get you down here as fast as you can. Alright, we'll see where things go. We've got 4 turns. We might be able to make it happen. They've got a couple of units there, so I will hang back from attacking with this group for now. Mass entertainment research, drama, spectacle, celebrity. These are the essential ingredients to ensnare another generation, whether on the small or silver screen. See, ensnare another generation. This reminds me of a Bo Burnham song. Right, ransack successful.
Executing your first ransack is not very friendly.
Stop!
But it's better to be the ransacker than the ransackee.
It is. But I am so far from being the first from this being the first ransack, I just don't even. Land rights. Inherited land. Allows to claim, attach, and merge territories with money instead of influence. What? You would like me to revoke it? No. I'm not going to accept any of those. There's no reason for me to do so. Local pollution level increased. Close to a war victory. They may well capitulate.
You expect greetings? Blades would be more appropriate.
I mean, I can bring the blades if you'd prefer, but I was trying to be civilized. I mean, there's no reason to, execute you just because I'm absolutely thrashing you in this war. But still, if honor dictates that be how you are greeted, I can make arrangements. There we go. Just get a little bit of extra war score. Alright. At this point, we could win with the military laser. I'm going to hold off. Let's see where we can go. It might force me to, I don't know, but we'll see. If I can avoid it and instead try to pursue a victory by vassalizing everyone, I think it would be quite fun. Not for them, of course, but we'll see. Darth Raptor, can we get anything over here? Yes, we can. Fantastic. Let's get all of the things. As for you, let's get in here. Quick as you like. Alright, this should be, once again, instant resolution. We did lose someone. It does suck, but we also won the war. At this stage... here, we can't really dally any longer. I could push for a win here. Do we want... Sure, let's see how it goes. Come on. Come on, AI. Redeem yourself in the last battle. Okay, you lost a unit which was on the verge of death anyway. I will say that under normal circumstances, that is fine. You have done well. Redemption has been achieved. Are we going to be able to vassalize them? I highly doubt it. I'm going to be honest. Let's connect you to Pepster. Let's connect you to Pepster as well. There we go. All of that territory is now all of our territory. Happy days, etc., etc. Are we going to be able to end this without claiming this techno? I don't know. We can't. Okay, I honestly don't know which one is going to happen then. I guess the game is going to be over because of a research victory, but secretly, deep down, we know that we won. We know that we vassalized them. Even if they would have resisted, it's inevitable. Military laser researched. Population game. The militarization of the final frontier has come at last, as space-based platforms are built to extend or impose the exercise of power. End of the journey. This is your last turn. One of the empires has researched all technologies. You will be remembered as Count Avacula, mythical ruler of the Japanese. Oh no! It acknowledged my Steam rename for October. Well, I mean, I get, you know, the way that we ended up playing this game. As much as we protected the people of our own nation and tried to lead them to prosperity, we were a little bit ruthless with peoples who weren't part of our empire. The Persians are about to lose their war support. Era Star unlocked the Aesthete Star. All right, let's see if how this goes. Oh, we got attacked. Instant resolution. Let's go ahead and let that happen. Didn't lose anyone. That's good. As for you, you know what? Just hang tight. Let's have a look. Can I vassalize you? You can. Yes.
You did have to accept, didn't you? This feels
Best
good.
possible
We surrender.
outcome. Not only did we research the everything, not only are we in space, not only do we have nuclear missiles and we are literally the only person on the planet that has them, but the only surviving empires, you are not surviving, sadly for you, really. The only surviving empires are our vassals. We control the world. In absolutely every measure. Culturally, sadly, we weren't quite... Actually, no, never mind. 2 turns, 4 turns. That's a bit of a shame, but still, it's close enough, I suppose. This was a good run. Working conditions. Our workers are our most valuable asset. +1 stability on makers' quarters. The remorseless pursuit of profit is the only winning strategy. No.
It's good to remember
The last thing I'm going to do.
that those numbers on spreadsheets are living, breathing humans.
They are. The world's bounties belong to those that can take them, or we are blessed in some things, lacking in others. Trade makes sense. I mean, does it though? I'd be trading with myself at this point. This definitely aligns more with what we've done.
And blunt, but it certainly has the value of clarity.
That is definitely where we're actually at with all of this. And with that, I think we may be done. Let's get our armies to stand down, or rather just, chill out. You've done an amazing job. Truly, the best job that you could have done. There we are, end game.
How will humankind remember the empire you have created and its remarkable achievements? For it is yours that has left the greatest mark on the endless story of humankind.
1 turn before the game would end
A
anyway.
great part of your legacy is the remarkable equilibrium with which you created it. you will be remembered for balance.
I'm glad about this. Thank you.
You were also one of those who managed to build a wonder. For this alone, you deserve to be remembered, if nothing else. And I must mention the surprising lack of pollution on the planet you leave to your children.
It could be better,
but possible. And though your people may have found it difficult, history is certainly impressed. You participated in the longest war.
Also the most, probably.
Congratulations. Under your guidance, the thrilling tale of humankind has been rewritten in your own words. There may be future adventures and deeds, an even grander scope for this grand story. Regardless, you have left a great mark and answered the question: how far will you push humankind?
I mean, it could be said that I pushed humankind around a lot in this playthrough, which I'm not sure I'm necessarily proud of, but wow. That was quite the gain in fame there. We did quite well. Not quite 3 times as high, but near as damn it. Not bad. All things said. Classical era, medieval era. Shen got 3rd place. Well done, Shen. You managed to hold on. The second vassal that we took, was it the second? I think it was the second vassal. Yeah, I think we took over Shen fairly on. Oh my lord! I'm gonna be honest. That suit is amazing, and I cut a fine figure. But that scowl, I'm not sure what to say about this. Yeah. All right. And now we get a breakdown of how the game went. This is actually pretty cool. I really like this. You can see all of the different stars we got. I do wish that I'd picked up the Legacy in the Neolithic era. That feels like a bit of a failing. It would have had a lot of time to earn us, to kind of pay its way for those extra turns that it took to get it. That being said, if I'd done that, I might not have gotten the Egyptians, and the Egyptians definitely helped to push us forward really hard. Wow. Early modern, we got so many gold stars. That was kind of crazy. Same for the industrial era, actually. I mean, the contemporary, we pretty much, we were the only one who got to the contemporary. We dominated. Right, we would also be able to see how Birdman did, and we're not going to see a lot because Birdman didn't get very far, sadly. Which, honestly, I was expecting that to be better managed. Let's see how Shen did under our control for most of the game. Go. You kept the same culture into the classical era. Then into medieval. You went with the English. Honestly, Shen was such a pain in the backside with going with agrarian societies. Constantly stealing pops. The whole game through was stealing pops. There we go. And that is that. Top 3. It won't do all of the plays. Better for us that it didn't. But we can definitely see that whilst things, like, it would be wonderful if I could shrink the scale so we could actually see that properly, but we saw that my early wars allowed others to just kind of get a bit of a bump over us. But we very quickly started to ramp up, and by the end we were just completely snowballing. Completely snowballing by the end of it. We can have a look through the others if you want some further data. You can have a look around. Wow, you got taken out in the first era beyond Neolithic. My lord. I forgot how quickly you got wiped out, actually. Cringer didn't do too badly. You didn't quite exit this one. You can have a look at everything, see how much of the various commodities people are making. Fame, obviously, is one of the main ones. But food just absolutely exploded towards the end. Industry, we were always high. Like we were a leader in industry, and we never stopped being a leader in industry right from the second era. Whereas with food, we only really started to really catapult around the fourth era. Science, it wasn't until the fourth that we started to ramp up. But then once we went Japanese, it just absolutely just exploded once again, just rocketed up. Influence, it was around the fourth era that we really started to take over. Stability, I imagine everyone was all over the place. Each war would hit stability enormously. We had some pretty sizable dips, but quick recoveries. That one took a long while though. That little period there was probably the worst for our stability, honestly. In terms of population, again, just exploded, and that just kept pace. Probably very similar to our food grain. Yeah, it was around the same point that it started to explode. Religion, we were doing very, very well for a very long time. And then it fell off pretty aggressively. Simply because we stopped, we disconnected religion from the state. Research, not as dominant, honestly. And there was a long period where our research didn't really get any better. Very interesting. Whereas everyone was doing quite well. That was probably the area where we were the least ahead of our opponents. We started to speed up around the fourth era, and I believe that's when we had a research-focused culture. Trade-wise, we were doing amazingly for most of the game, but then it kind of tapered off. Trade became, well, honestly, we had less people to trade with towards the end of it, simply because we'd taken control of so many people. Military, by about the middle of the fourth era, that was it. We'd crushed all opposition, more or less. That was when Shen got put in their place, really. Though that happened a lot later than I was expecting, frankly. Yeah, I didn't remember it being that late. And as for cities, we had the most here and there from time to time, but no one ever really dominated with that. Right, and that's it. You can restart the game's recap, you can continue the game, or you can click out to the menu, and that is what we're going to be doing. I am so glad to have been able to bring you along for this entire playthrough, and I am so thankful for those of you who have been keeping me going with the comments and being engaged with this all the way through. I really hope you enjoyed. But that is going to be it from me and from Humankind for now. We may revisit this in the future, especially if there's any more expansions or DLC that comes out. And occasionally you'll probably find me streaming a run here and there over on Twitch. If you would like to catch those streams live, you can find a link in the video description to my Twitch channel. You can just drop me a follow, or keep your eye on the community page on my YouTube channel, where I will often leave a little notification of when I'm going live. But that is going to be it from me for now. Once again, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you in the next. But until then, do take care, everyone.